the biggest news that I think we've had this week is about the Unite General Secretary election, and it was I think it was on Friday or Thursday or Friday that Howard Beckett pulled out of the race for the Unite leadership. We're lucky to have Howard on the call. Howard, are you there?
I'm Crispin. Good morning.
Thank you for joining us. Sorry to keep you waiting. We've got these issues with Labour members having no democracy in their local parties and protesting outside regional offices. This is something that you've been flagging up, that we need more democracy and more accountability for quite a while. You've been saying this, and that's why you keep coming on this show and why people love watching your speeches. It's quite difficult to see. You know, you're not standing for the General Secretary. You stood down for that, and a lot of people are upset by that. Can you explain your reasons for standing down for that?
Yes, Crispin, let me start by giving my solidarity to Bristol and Bath, to Esther and to Nicola, and to say that anything that I can do or anything that Unite can do to assist, please do ask of me. It's howard.beckett@unitetheunion.org. I'm overjoyed to hear that there will be direct action being taken, that people are now protesting against what's going on. Nicola, you spoke eloquently in respect of, and forensically, in respect of what's going on in Bath. And I've got more than the confidence that you will be standing firm in respect of the region, and that they'll be held to task in respect of what's going on there. But anything that Unite can do to support you, we will, of course, do to support you. So please do message me with any assistance that you need. howard.beckett@unitetheunion.org. Crispin, yes, I have taken the decision to step aside in respect of this contest, but I think it should be reflected that I've taken that decision after conversations with Steve. We're very much going forward in respect of saying that this is now a joint manifesto in respect of what we're doing within Unite. Steve has co-opted the important parts of my manifesto to present. And this is about a journey. This is about a journey that we're all on. You know, I am a great fan of the Martin Luther King quote that the arc of history is long, but it tends to lean towards justice. And we all have that responsibility to play our role in respect of the long demand for justice, the long journey that it is to get to that justice. And this is part of that process. Delivering up Unite to the right wing of the movement would be unconscionable, something that I simply could not partake in. As soon as the right wing got on the ballot paper, there was a change in circumstances. There was a duty for all of us to understand those changes in circumstances. We tried desperately to reach a form of process where we could come to one candidate whenever it became clear to me that that process wasn't going to be agreed. I entered into discussions with the other candidates to try and find a resolution. And I have to say that Steve entered into those discussions and showed leadership in respect of it. He took on board the commitments that I needed in respect of the manifesto in order for us to go forward together jointly. He took on board the fact that it is vitally important for me that my voice is still heard, that I can be critical of the Labour Party, that I can make the demands. And I should say in that regard, the thing that we can all be happy about whenever we're listening to the plight of Bristol and Bath is that it's not going to be much longer while Keir Starmer is leader of the Labour Party, that's for sure. And then we will be moving on to a new day. So Steve took on board the commitments that I needed, made commitments in respect of important issues such as Unite TV, such as the demands that I'm making in respect of creche facilities at conferences, making sure that we have candidate schools that are targeted towards women in our BAME community, making sure that our politics is linked in with our industrial, making sure that my voice in respect of community membership is heard, making sure that we're pushing forward in respect of federalism and the debate that's going on, decentralising of Unite to be ahead of the game in respect of that. Important commitments to me in respect of Ireland, and in particular Northern Ireland, so as we can start the debate around the need for a proper workers' socialist party there that is going to speak for trade unionists, all of which Steve embraced. And together we can now go forward and build our union, play that important role in society, continue to make sure that we're a voice for the most vulnerable, continue to make sure that we're fighting back on working class issues. And as I say, the path of history is long, but it will lean towards justice.
Well, I'm very impressed by your standing down and being able to build on that situation in the way you've described. So and it's not just me that said that. There's been messages have been sent into the program that people want to leave for you, Howard. And I'm just going to read a couple out for you. Howard, your passion, drive, leadership and determination has been an inspiration. You should be very proud of the campaign you ran and the dignity and leadership you have shown. Thank you. Solidarity from Stella Ridgway, Unite Community, Chesterfield. I've got a message here from someone who hasn't left their name for some reason. It says, Dear Howard, how does one describe the action that a true leader takes? How does one describe a brave person who will sacrifice their ego? What does one do in the face of making the correct decision that will only lead to success, but one is willing to take the step? Oh, sorry, here we are. That was Mohammed Aklag. I tried hard, this is a different statement, I tried hard to find a word or statement, hence I would like to say, Mr. Howard Beckett, you have behaved with magnanimity. Salute. I've seen lots of other messages of the same kind. I mean, it does take a kind of courage and as you say, leadership and magnanimity to be able to see the longer term, the longer picture. And my hope is that you will be coming on these shows as more now that you're not going for the General Secretary, and maybe that you could come on the tour that we're planning over August and September. Would you be up for that?
Oh, absolutely, Crispin. And it does give me the opportunity to make sure that I can put my elbow to the mill and help the likes of Esther and Nicola in respect of what's going on in the Labour Party. But Crispin, just to say in respect of all positions of leadership, that leadership is about finding our champions. Our movement is about much more than one person. And whenever I was running as for the leadership of the Labour Party of Unite, it was all about saying that I want to find champions of our movement out there, people who step forward. It was all about saying that the role of a leader is to give up power and to be able to enfranchise people and empower them to be able to make their own decisions. And that's what Steve agrees with as well, that our union is about decentralisation, about finding those champions and about helping people to go on that path from being an activist to a rep, to an officer, to an organiser, to a rep in wider society, to a political leader. We have thousands of people out there who are able to stand up and be leaders for our movement. And the role for all of us now is to facilitate that and make sure that that's going to happen. And I assure you, Crispin, over the next 4 years and beyond, that will be everything that I will be doing, is giving people the confidence to step forward and giving them the tools that they need in order to be leaders of our movement. And whenever we are thousands and thousands strong with leadership, then I can assure you, you will not see the likes of Keir Starmer as leader of the Labour Party. There will be plenty of people stepping forward with a vision for our society that will be one premised on socialism.
I mean, you always give people hope, and that's what we need. And the thing is, at the moment, we've got this terrible situation in the country, and we're not being given that kind of voice in the Labour Party. So we're looking for people who can give us that hope and the courage to move on. So it's great to have you on the show. Thank you for coming on, and I look forward to seeing you again.
Thanks, Crispin. Thank you very much for having me. Take care, everybody.